Eduardo, next in our glass, we have the 2015 vintage of the Bastianich Vespa Rosso Venezia Giulia. So we're in northeastern Italy. This is a region that was part of the Venetian Empire, and it has a number of indigenous varieties, some of which are rarely, that I rarely see outside of the region, like one in this blend, which is Refosco, which here is seen along with Merlot in this bottle.
Refosco tends to be quite artisanal in some way, if you were to say it, rustic. It has a lot of tannic structure naturally, even without any extra additions or manipulation. And the Merlot just roundly brings that feminine touch, a little bit of red fruited.
Right.
Really ideal.
I think you're exactly right. It has that kind of generosity from the Merlot, and then the Refosco just kind of kicks it up a notch in terms of kind of spice and tension.
It's like the perfect blend of both. The region, normally known as a little closer to Slovenia, I mean, you literally just throw a stone, but it's a mountainous, higher elevation region. The fare includes a lot of deer, which I've had some amazing deer over there. Oh dear. And a lot of braised meats and things like that. It's a part of the, as you mentioned, the Northern Empire. Very different than Southern Italy in some ways. And the wine that's produced kind of goes with that. Beautiful wine. So the Bastianich family carries a lot of weight in the food and wine world.
Well, you started describing all those dishes, and of course I thought, well, we have to talk about the family behind this. Because
absolutely. I mean, you talk the Italy Empire, Dal Posto, and then Joe, who is behind the brand, Joe Bastianich. Great dude. I got the pleasure of hanging out with him and meeting him about a year and a half ago. We're sitting at Signor Vino, which is a little cafe in Veneto before Venitaly. He shows up. I'm with my friend Christian. He knows him. He sits down with us, and we're sharing a glass of wine. Next day, we see him at the big opera event at Venitaly, brought by Wine Spectator, and he's pouring this wine. He's there with magnums of the 15 Vespa Rosso, and we just start chatting. He's an amazing music phenomenon as well. Very popular.
Who knew?
The guy does it all. The family is like really well established, but I think once you try the wine, that all goes out the window because it's really striking.
Yes.
Power.
It has a sort of just that beautiful balance of spice and earth, but just really kind of juicy, fresh fruit notes as well.
Exactly.
And just enough tannin. Like it has that tannic backbone that I think could allow it to pair with some heartier dishes. But again, this like really sort of zingy acidity as well. So it feels still very like light on its feet.
Absolutely. If you're a Napa Cab drinker, you're a Bordeaux drinker, you are even some Rioja. Do you have some likability for this?
Well, I think you brought up a good point, actually, in naming some regions that might be known for using French oak, because I believe this was actually aged in about 30%
Indeed.
new French barrique.
Yes, so it kind of brings that bigger thing. What do you think food-wise?
Oh, well, you mentioned deer, but I'm thinking like boar, something like that, like boar ragu.
Exactly, just like that slow braise. Really pretty. I mean, you can go crazy too, like some like bratwurst or some grilled sausages.
Right.
And just cut them simply, have a great chat with your friends as you're enjoying this and that. Nothing too fancy that requires 12, 13 hours of braising. But I mean, you could go both ways.
I think also if you wanted to go veggie, like some great just grilled eggplant, the little mozzarella.
Exactly.
Yeah, it would
Count
be
me
delish.
in.
Wow.
I do need more vegetables in my life. So.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. Enjoy.